one who was cursed in the Bible, because Ham wasn't cursed, Canaan was cursed. He lives in the Levant. He doesn't live on the continent of Africa. He lived in the Levant, even though he was an African. The Narmer palette shows you that Asiatics were living in Africa. So when you talk about Africa and North Africa in particular, North Africa always had a homogeneous mix of an Asiatic population, or what we call today a native African population. So when I say that we Africa, is because of the eponym. An eponym is a name that an ancestor has, that a place or location where that ancestor is known to have walked and journeyed mostly through, that location gets its name or its eponym from the ancestor. So the Hebrews have an eponymous ancestor called Abraham, and that's where we get the name Hebrew from. That's why we say we Hebrew Israelites, right? But that term Hebrew also can integrate a Muslim, because a Muslim is also through the seed of Ishmael, the son of Abraham. So even they can be considered Hebrews in that respect. Having said that, Abraham's lineage has someone on there called Ophir. Abraham has a son through his daughter Keturah, and he's known as Ophir. In the works of Josephus, in the book Against Apion, Josephus speaks on the origin of the term Africa. And in his time period, the Romans called Africa Afra Terra, which means the land of Ophir. Why are they calling it the land of Ophir? Well, at that time period, the peoples of North Africa were calling themselves Ophir. Ophir goes back to the name of Abraham's grandson through Keturah, which is Ophir. So that name was a Hebrew name. That's an eponymous ancestor. So when I identify myself as an Israelite, I don't have a problem saying that part of that designation includes the continent that we're calling today Africa, because I know for a fact that Israel is located on that continent today you're calling Africa. And I also know the very name Africa has Israelite origins. And by the way, just so people know, you can go on Asar Imhotep's video entitled Are Hebrews Black? Are Hebrews Black? This is Asar Imhotep's 5th video. It's on his page right now. He tells you the word Afar is related to the Hebrew word Eber. And he says the peoples in North Africa call themselves Afri. And he said a lot of people don't know that that name has Hebrew roots. So he said a lot of people are arguing against the Bible, saying that the Bible is wrong for things, not knowing that the very name Africa is rooted in the Hebrew word Hebrew. So if Asar Imhotep could say that, how is an Israelite wrong when he say that?
Now, y'all